got back, and there's my wife with her mother and her father, all laughing at me, saying that the Habs are the Canadians. Yes, okay. So I had to move on. And he's not let me live that down now. The father-in-law always brings that one out, especially when the hockey's on. Well, they've been very good to us, my wife's family. They've enabled us to help to move here. They look after our children when we go to work. They help us out. They let us use the car every now and then. It's superb what they've done. I can't thank them enough. And the entire family is actually an amazing family. And I came from, although it was a large family in the UK, it was very small. There was only like 5 or 6 people at gatherings. And one of the first gatherings that we had was when we actually got engaged in Florida. And my wife's mother-in-law is the youngest of 10. 6 of them were actually in Florida at the time. And it was only at that point that I kind of realised what I was getting myself into. It culminated in a reunion, or a family reunion, about 3 years ago in Prince Edward Island, where within 6 hours an entire campsite had sold out. And this was 115 people. And it was kind of great because everyone just embraced each other and they were so supportive of each other. And it's so different than what life was like in the UK. Life in the UK was very busy. It was very stressed. There's a lot of people. If you wanted to do something, you had to allocate 2 hours, whether it was 10 minutes or if it was 2 hours. You had to allocate 2 hours just to actually get something done. And I found that Canada and Canadians, they're so welcoming, they're so patient, and they're so giving. And that's what I really liked about Canada. And that's one of the reasons why I decided to come here and was so accepting to say, yes, let's start again. So as you can imagine, starting life over again when you're in your mid-30s, it's kind of like being teenagers. You got to try and find jobs. You got to try and find out how you go about places in the province and learn the difference between Truro and Chester. It's kind of hard, but we get there. We get there, and we set each other goals. And my wife wanted to teach, and that's what she'd loved to do all her life. That's what she trained to do. And luckily enough, she managed to get a job at her old high school, which was fantastic. I was so pleased for her. My 2 goals were I wanted to work for Nova Scotia Power, and I wanted to play football. Not this soccer business that you guys call it. And I did it. I achieved it within 4 months. I was working for Nova Scotia Power, and I was playing soccer with the UDFC people. It was great, I really enjoyed it. And I thought to myself, now what? What the fuck do we do now? And it was only through talking and reaching out and speaking to people that I realised that there's this whole city here that's fantastic and amazing and full of life, full of history, like this lovely building we've got here with the stonework affected. You can walk down and see the Alexander building being built up, and they're actually trying to replicate that old stonework. And it's really, really positive to see that the city's changing, the city's evolving. It's becoming a lovely place to be. People want to come and visit Halifax. And it's actually come up as one of the top 10 upcoming tourist destinations in the world. It was last year in the UK, people said, go and visit Canada, specifically Halifax. So we've settled. We've now got jobs. We've now got kids in daycare. And it was while I was taking my kid to daycare that my first epiphany happened about why I believed Canada was such a great place to be. And I dropped my youngest son off. I wasn't working at the time. I was sending out resumes every left, right and centre, hearing nothing back, getting really depressed. And as I was leaving, there was a lady cleaning the stairs. And she stopped me in the stairs. She let me past. As I walked past, she said, "You have a great day." And I thought to myself, you have a great day? I wasn't planning on it. But you kind of told me what to do, so yeah, I will have a great day. And I got out there, I spoke to a few more people, and everyone seemed to say, have a great day. And I don't think, because you hear it every day, I don't think you understand the importance of those words. It's kind of like empowering to hear someone tell you to have a great day. You feel obliged to have a great day. And I've been doing that ever since. And I repeat it back to people. I tell people to have a great day all the time. In the UK, we just say, have a day. We'll let you decide what you want to do. Well, yeah, that's one of the first ones I did it. And the second time was on my very first day of work at Nova Scotia Power. I decided to get the bus and use Halifax's public transport. Now, I didn't know it at the time, but apparently it's the worst in Canada. Now, I don't believe that. I believe this is phenomenal public transport. I came back, and the very first thing I said to my wife, Lauren, I said, I love Canada. And she said, what do you mean? I said, I had the best day ever on the bus. And you laugh, yeah. I got on, it was clean, everyone was happy, the bus driver wasn't snarky, they actually stopped at the stop. It's just one price, you can go absolutely anywhere, so nobody tries to cheat the way out of fare, nobody wants to not pay and get on, nobody decides to start smoking or vaping on the bus these days. Have you seen people vape on buses yet? It smells like they do. But it's those little things. It's like the bus journey, the cleaner. Like these are the basics that make up society. And I took that to heart so much that I really embraced the city. And I've been coming to Canada on and off since 2009. And one of the stories that really sticks out is about language. And I always find that although we all speak English, it's not all the same. And I've heard quite a lot of reference to Newfoundland tonight. My father-in-law always tells stories about Newfoundland, and they always end very interesting. They're not a straightforward story. There's always something going wrong. And it was about 7 years ago. We were going to one of my wife's friends' houses. We were going for a party, and it was only a small party. It's 5 of us. So there was the 3 girls, there was the 2 guys, and she said, "You've got to be careful because the other guy there is from Newfoundland. And I'm worried that you won't be able to understand him, and he won't be able to understand you." So I was like, "Oh no, be fine, honestly, be okay, be good." She's like, "Really? Because some of my family struggle to understand you. When you get excited, you talk really quickly, and you kind of mumble a little bit." Okay, I'll take it on board. I'll try and slow down, and I'll try and speak. So anyway, we get to this gathering, and the 3 girls are off talking, and myself and the guy, we start talking. And we understand each other perfectly. Complete perfection. No ifs, no ands, no maybes. We're just speaking in the same tongue. And the drinks are flowing. And it's only after the second drink that I realise why it is that I understand the Newfoundland accent so much. And it's because it sounds a little bit like Irish. And then I realised, is Irish actually an accent? Is it just drunk? And it turns out it pretty much is. It is. But no, as an immigrant in Nova Scotia, I've seen a lot of amazing things, and I found myself naturally drawn towards other immigrants because I want to hear their stories. I want to why are you here? Why are you here? And one of the most amazing things that I've seen was in November. Now, I don't know if you guys remember November that too well, when the first snow hit. Now, that was the first snow for me, really. We don't really get snow in England. Maybe we get a little bit of dusting, that's about it, but it's nothing compared to here. And I was actually working at a place called Eastlink. Don't know if anyone heard of Eastlink? Yeah? And you have all kinds of immigrants in Eastlink, it's great. It's kind of a little society. And the snow hit fully on the ground, and I actually saw a Bahamian show a Ugandan snow for the first time. And where else in the world could you see that happen but in Halifax? He's so accepting of immigrants, he's so accepting of foreigners, and this Mo Mondays as well, by getting somebody who's not Canadian to come speak every month. That's what makes it right. That's what makes a difference. That's what makes people want to come here. I really, really enjoyed that. The snow did get me down a little bit over Christmas. It wasn't so much the snow, it was the plough. I'd spent 2 hours in the driveway, and then the plough came past. Okay, I'll go back out. So yeah, I went back out. And then I got a text message from my mother saying, "I'm so jealous that you've got all this snow." I was inclined to swear at that point, and said, "You spend 2 hours in driveway then." But honestly, it's a lot of snow. I've never seen snowbanks so high that they protect your car from the snow. But we got through it. It was only a mild one, hopefully I've got many, many more to come. So it's great to be here in Canada, and glad I can share my story with you. Hope you enjoy the rest of the evening. So thank you very much, Tim. Thank you very much, Mike.